there! Before we go any further, have you subscribed yet? No? Okay. I'll wait. There you go. Alright. Let's Hello everybody and welcome to Aaliyah C TV. Today's video will be another segment of my Black History facts that I'll be giving to you guys. This is video number 2. This video's information comes to you by Dr. Kaba. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's spelled Dr. K-A-B-A, last name K-A-M-E-N-E. If you have seen the series Hidden Colors, then you've seen him before. He is an author, he is a teacher, and he is also a activist, and he's very important to the Black community because he has taught us a lot. He's like one of the OGs to just know a lot of our history that, you know, has been passed along through generations, that information that has been destroyed or maybe hard to find, he has it, and he willingly goes around to colleges and different events and does speaking engagements to educate others. So this video will be about the history that's connected into slavery from the World Trade Center. So stay tuned. Connect the link in the bio to the actual lecture that all this information comes from. It's about an hour and 30 minutes long. I just took a few pieces here and there to share with you guys in this video. So in the early part of the interview, the interviewer asked him, you know, what do you think about 9/11? So this is back in that time frame when this was filmed. And he was like, honestly, when that happened, all I could think about is the African burial ground that is under the World Trade Center. So something that a lot of people don't know, including me, which I had no idea, was the same site that those buildings were built was an African burial ground. And that's where, because back in the day, like back a little prior to slavery, after slavery, Africans and Jews were not allowed to be buried in the city unless they owned a part of that land. So that was owned by a church, I believe he spoke on. It was a Methodist church that owned that area at the time, and they had made it a graveyard for Africans. Also, a big fact that he shared was the largest plantation in America was in Brooklyn, New York. Battery Park is where the docks were, where they used to take Africans, now called Wall Street, before they were sold off in the auction. So when you're dealing with stocks and bonds in the World Trade Center, you would think of these enslaved people as livestock and bonds, in bondage. So he broke it down, because slaves enslaved people, and I'll go after this. I'll go back and tell you why I keep trying to fix my connotation on saying slaves and saying enslaved people instead, because there's a reason behind that. I'll tell you in a second. But so when you're dealing with stocks and bonds, think in reference to, like I said, livestock in bondage, because enslaved people were equivalent to cattle and cows back in that time. So that's where stock and bonds to this day come from. So when it comes time to sell them, they would take them from Chambers Street. People from New York are probably familiar with these places. I don't know. But yeah, they would take them from Chambers Street to Wall Street into the stock exchange where they were sold on platforms. So now I'll go into why I keep trying to say enslaved people instead of slaves. Dr. Kubo Kaba, I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, somebody let me know. He made a really valid point that made me think. He was like, I don't like to reference our people as slaves. I like to say that they're enslaved people, because when you call them slaves, you're really dehumanizing them, because before they were brought to America, these people were artists, these people were doctors, these people were, you know, people that were active in society before they were brought to America. They weren't just ignorant people that didn't know how to do anything. They had skill sets and careers and businesses before they were brought here. So that's why it's important that you kind of watch how you refer to that time period in slaves, because they were enslaved people that happen to be enslaved. They were people before they got here. So it just, you know, makes them more human and just gives them more life. In my opinion, I thought that was a really good point. So now when talking about slavery, I'll be sure to refer to them as enslaved people. So hopefully somebody will be like, why don't you just say slaves, so that I can go into that breakdown and make them think as well. So another good point he made when he was talking about New York is he was saying how the enslaved people in that time period built Broadway. They built Broadway Street, they built Battery Park, they built the White House, they built Philadelphia. Like, so many things were built by our enslaved people, but it's not going to be televised or publicly told to us because it's something that they don't want us to know or take pride for. And the thing about that is the slave masters did not teach the enslaved people how to build things. They came from Africa with masonry skills and construction skills. And when I say masonry, I'm talking about building things, construction, stuff like that. We came here with that. We already knew how to do that. So that's why it's important that we don't think of them as slaves, but enslaved people, because they came here with those skills already. So yeah, that was my spill. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to give you guys a backstory on stocks and bonds and the World Trade Center and the history behind that, because I had no idea when watching that, and it was very intriguing when he told that story. Next week I will talk about, well, I'll just wait until I post it next time and you'll see. But we have 2 more videos in this segment of Black History Facts. I hope you all learned something, and I don't want you to just sit here and believe everything I say and hang on every word that I say. I want you to think about it and maybe do your own research if you don't feel like what I'm saying is accurate. Like, I may be wrong about something. Maybe you might find something else out and you can tell me and enlighten me about it. So feel free to question me. Like, it's cool. Like, I want this to provoke thought. So thank you guys for tuning in and have a good day. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.